Hi guys, Tess here. I want to continue today just talking to you about healthy bowel habits, and there's a lot that we can do to support our bowel without having to go see a health professional. So if we can do something at home, something simple, and get into the habit of doing those things, then we are supporting not just our bowel as a detoxification organ, but we're supporting our whole entire body, our whole system. And we're also supporting our other detoxification elimination organs, specifically the liver and the kidneys as well. So bowel health is at the base of just so many health concerns. We first look at the bowel and we want to fix the bowel so that we can fix everything else. So I want to talk to you a little bit about maybe just some healthy habits, and of course all healthy habits starts with what we put into our mouth. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we've got a really good amount of fiber in our diet. So a diet that contains fiber is a diet that contains whole foods, and specifically fresh organic vegetables and fruits. Now that's where we get our fiber from. That's where we get most of our nutrients from. Even your vegetables contain protein as well. So just think about that. You want to eat fiber, you want to get enough fiber in. Please keep in mind that with a diet high in fiber, you also need a lot of water. Okay, so we'll talk about that as the second thing as well. You want to eat clean. In other words, you really want to try and avoid as much as possible of sugar and sweeteners and chemical additives and added hormones and excessive amounts of caffeine. 5-7 cups of coffee is not good for you. So processed foods, they're not good for your gastrointestinal and your immune function in the gut as well. You want to avoid sugars and junk food, basically, and white flour products. White bread and pasta is not the best for your gut. It's not, fiber rich. And the other thing that I want to suggest to people who certainly need to look after their bowels a little bit better is to remove as much as possible dairy from your diet, unless it's raw milk, and also gluten. Okay, sorry guys, but it can cause so many issues. And if you already have gut problems, if you look at just doing what I've just suggested to you in terms of your diet, you'll probably feel a heck of a lot better as well. And then you want to drink more water. Okay, not just fluid. You don't want to drink more water. There's a book out, The Water Cure, written quite a long time ago by an amazing guy called Dr. something Batman Galich. Hard one to pronounce, but it's called The Water Cure. And he reckons that you could probably do with about 30 milliliters for every body kilo. That's the amount of water that you need to consume in a day. So let's just say 70 kilos, multiply that by 30, that's 2,100 milliliters. That's just over 2 liters of water for a 70 kilo person. And that's not doing extra exercise or anything like that. So it helps to flush out those toxins through the kidneys and the bowels. It's really supportive of the kidneys, and water promotes the lubrication and therefore the movement of your bowel as well. Okay, you can become constipated if you don't drink enough water. And of course, you can dehydrate, and it can have devastating effects on all of your body organs if that happens. Can you replace water with drinks like soft drinks and caffeinated herbal teas and coffee and juices and stuff like that? You can't really replace water with that, all right? No. And definitely not milk. So something that I suggest you think about doing is having a glass of, to support your bowels, is to have a glass of warm water with lemon I like to add a drop of lemon, my doTERRA lemon essential oil to that, because it's safe enough for flavoring, and I like to have that first thing in the morning. Okay, so rather than a cup of coffee, a bit of water first thing in the morning. So we want to eat more fiber, we'll make sure that we have a fiber rich diet, and we want to drink lots of water. Third thing we want to do is we want to boost our intestinal flora, so our good bacteria in our gut. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a massive fan straight up to go for fermented foods, and I know there are a whole lot of you out there going to go, why not, Tess, why not? I can give you that explanation later, but the fact is there are actually better ways of improving our intestinal flora. Okay, and that is to eat the right foods again. Some of the foods that certainly promote that would be garlic and onion, and other prebiotic foods such as beans and vegetables, and especially Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes, and squashes and asparagus. They're very, very good. Apricots, grapefruit, oranges, mangoes. These are very, very good prebiotic foods that will feed your gut bacteria. And if you need to, for a short period of time, I'm very I want to suggest to you not to take a broad spectrum probiotic if you are definitely in need of probiotics after, for example, a course of antibiotics or a few courses of antibiotics. To repopulate your gut, you want to support your own gut bacteria to do their job and do it better. And therefore, you know, you've got Saccharomyces boulardii, for example. Lactobacillus species, especially the Rhamnosus species, is really, really good for that. And Bifidobacterium, they're very, very good for your health, for encouraging the bowel to repopulate and to have good gut flora, and to have them at good levels and good activity levels as well. So yeah, I'm a fan of actually eating your prebiotic, and supporting your probiotics that are already there. You can have herbal teas, of course, and especially, as I said to you, something with lemon in it. Raw honey in it is just so good for your gut. And you can add specifically laxative type foods if you've got constipation. So if there's constipation, think about foods. Again, it's lots of fiber food, so think about your apples. That's probably one of the best things you can take. Broccoli, dates are very good. Flax seeds, mango, papaya is amazing, and the health effects of papaya, and parsley and pears and berries. Oh my goodness, berries are so good for your gut as well. Something I can't do without in my household actually, and in my clinic, is slippery elm bark powder. Now there's a way to actually prescribe slippery elm bark powder. I use it a lot for gut conditions, and also when people are sick, when their immune system is down, slippery elm bark daily is also good for that. And it helps to heal the gut on the inside as well. It's got glutamine in it. And the way to take it is half a teaspoon, just half a teaspoon of slippery elm bark powder mixed in to a little sludge. It gets quite sludgy. And then you top it up with a glass of water. And you drink that. You can have it sort of as a cold tea if you like. And you have that before your, first thing in the morning instead of the lemon water. We can even add it to your lemon water. That might be nice. And before your meals, have some slippery elm bark powder. And you can have slippery elm bark powder for an extended period of time to help you to sort out and regulate your gut and heal your gut and help to produce some of that fiber. The only time you don't want to do it is you've got bowel constriction. If there's constricted bowels, you don't want to really take slippery elm bark powder. Okay. So the fourth thing is you want to avoid really avoid pharmaceutical drugs and painkillers if you can. And anything with codeine in it, for example, will slow down your bowel functions. Muscle relaxants can slow down your bowel functions. Diuretics, iron supplements, if not the correct iron supplements. And you want to speak to a naturopath on that, because, just speak to a naturopath on iron supplementation. Antidepressants, antibiotics, these are all things that, from a pharmaceutical perspective, can actually affect your bowels quite strongly and not very good. And of course, antibiotics are going to kill off your good bowel gut bacteria as well, and it changes the nervous system, the communication with your nervous system, gut nervous system communication. So antibiotics is just like the last resort for me. We've got ways of actually working around antibiotics naturally, especially with the persistent use, diffusion, topical application of our essential oils and the products that we have access to. So you also want to avoid, in terms of all of that, you want to avoid as much as possible heavy metals. Heavy metals, especially mercury in dental fillings in teeth, and our children inherit that from us through, generations. It gets inherited. Not just mercury, but lead and cadmium and aluminium, and there's just so many different of these heavy metals that can get passed on, and we need to avoid that, especially in our teeth. They really do kill off our friendly gut bacteria, and they also promote candida growth. So just keep that in mind for your bowel health. And then a fourth thing that's really, really important is actually your bowel habits and your posture. So you don't want to hold in. If you have the urge to go and move your bowels, find the bathroom and move your bowels. Don't hold it in. Some people have bathroom hang-ups. Get over yourself. If your bowels are talking to you, listen to your body. Go and find yourself a bathroom and move your bowels. We were in Nepal a little while ago, and I tell you what, a hole in the ground with a bag next to you to put your tissue paper, your toilet paper in. It's just the stink, and it's just absolutely horrific. You don't want to really go in and do it, but you must. Okay, you must move your bowels when the body tells you, it gives you the signal. You listen. And some fear public toilets. Some kids don't want to go to the toilet at school. Okay, they don't want to ask to be excused, and so your body actually gets mixed signals. And that might affect your bowel on a long-term level as well. Long-term, not listening to the signals. Okay, enough about that. The posture, there's a little muscle in your rectal area. It's called actually the puborectalis muscle. And when you are sitting in this normal position on a toilet, it's not actually using that muscle. It doesn't sort of open it up a little bit. So the best way to actually engage that muscle and to straighten out the rectum for you so that it's an easy passage of the bowel, of the motion, is to squat. Okay, so you sort of pull your legs up. There's actually something called a squatty potty that you can go online and you can buy yourself a little squatty potty. And our bodies are actually meant to be in a squatting position for making a bowel motion. That's when gravity will do most of the work, and you've got this weight of your torso that pushes down on the bowel as well. So there's this gentle pressure from the diaphragm that supplements the force of gravity. And so yes, in a squatting position. So try that next time. Pull your legs up. It's much better. The next thing that you want to do at home is get enough exercise daily. Avoid sitting for long periods of time. Moving your body will help to move your bowels, and especially your abdominal muscles. All right? If you have got some way of strengthening your abdominal muscles, or you go for a walk, or is trampolining, that's a very good way of actually inducing bowel motions as well. Move your body and stay as active as you can. It's good for your bowel motions. And the last thing, and I really don't want to skim over it at all, but I'll do some work on a video here with you on the emotional aspects of bowel motions. And the fact of the matter is, very simply, sometimes our digestive tract, you know, it's like an antenna for stress and emotional upsets, and it reacts to that. The stress can alter the messages, the hormonal messages, the neurotransmitter signals, and that can lead to tummy troubles. Okay, so the mind is connected through to our gut through a nervous system and the immune system. And so especially the nerve called the vagus nerve. And it's just okay, I'm gonna talk to you later about it. But the fact of the matter is, with an upset emotional state or stress, your gut may react, and it's almost inevitable that it will. Some people will get a diarrhea, or some people will get constipated and they can't go. It's got a lot to do with the vagus nerve that gets affected. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in another video. So I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you can implement some of these changes with your diet, water, some exercise, your posture, some prebiotic foods. Listen to your gut and go when you need to go. All right, folks, always lovely to chat, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.